Where do you get your news? As cable TV and the internet give us more options, more Americans say they get their news from comedians like Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, and also from people like Greg Gutfeld. He's been hosting a 3 a.m. show on Fox News called Red Eye for the past 5 years. Now he's co-host of the 5. So, Greg, I wasn't sure what to call you. You say you're not a comedian.
No. I have too much respect for comedians. Comedians actually stand up in front of people, and they endure the slings and arrows from drunks. I have the comfort of being in a studio, and if anybody yells at me, we have them escorted out and beaten. So basically, I'm safe. I would never tell a joke if I knew it wasn't funny and somebody could kill me.
All right, but you're on the Fox News channel,
right?
And you're not just making jokes about stuff. You're covering the news at the same time.
Yeah.
And why is that good?
I think it's good because you're offering information in a different way. We get the news spoon-fed to us the same way, the same shared assumptions from all the major networks. The neat thing about Fox is that it doesn't operate that way, and it allows somebody like me, who should not be allowed really near a film camera.
You're on at 3 in the morning on Red Eye.
Yes.
Your ratings in the group of people the advertisers care about often beat CNN in prime time.
It's pretty hilarious. And again, I think it says, maybe, I'd like to blow my own horn, but I can't. Maybe it says more about what they do than what we do, and that is they're boring and we're not. And we're presenting news in a different way. We present news the way you would talk about it at a bar. And when you're at a bar, you drink a bit and you say things that are on your mind that you normally wouldn't say. That's Red Eye. And in some cases, the 5. It's like saying, like, you know what, this sucks, which you wouldn't normally say unless you had 3 beers.
Time magazine, which is ridiculous often itself, had an online poll in 2009. Who is America's most trusted newscaster? At the top, Brian Williams of NBC. Then Charlie Gibson, where I was working at the time, ABC. Katie Couric down at 7%. But then at the top of the list, Jon Stewart, 44%.
Right.
So, you know, that's just an online poll. They don't mean much, but Rasmussen's real poll said nearly a third of Americans under the age of 40 say their primary source of news is either The Daily Show, Jon Stewart, or Stephen Colbert.
Both of those gentlemen are incredibly talented. The majority of the audience do not pay bills. They do not get a paycheck. They have no fundamental understanding of how the world works. Therefore, this makes sense. The thing that I find comical about The Daily Show is the idea that it's daring. And it's daring in the same way college students think they're daring. You know, a college student, when he moves away, he gets a nose ring. That to him is a risk. The Daily Show making fun of Republicans is somehow daring, when in fact they aren't speaking truth to power. They're actually making out with it. They're constantly defending those who are in power. How is that rebellion? College students see it as rebellion because it mirrors their own assumptions. The academic, the professor's assumptions, these are all the same. I not grew up around this, but I went to Berkeley. Then I worked in publishing. Everybody thinks like Jon Stewart in the media.
Everybody is conventionally liberal.
Exactly.
And his audience is, that's great.
I say that, you know, his audience is a mirror that claps.
The title of this show is The Media Get It Wrong. What do you think the media get wrong?
A lot of things. The thing that drives me nuts is selective outrage, you know, where somebody can get extremely upset about Rush Limbaugh and demand an apology while overlooking every single thing, you know, Olbermann has said, Bill Maher said, Louis C.K., who I really like, has said some outrageous things about Sarah Palin. I don't really care about what people say. Words don't hurt me. When people feign outrage, how can you be out like Sandra, you know, Fluck being, you know, calling, you know, not getting her free pills an untenable burden. An untenable burden is cancer. You know what I mean? Anybody who's known somebody with cancer, that's a burden. So it's not really that they're outraged or that they're unhappy. They're out to get a scalp. And they just didn't want Rush's apology. They wanted his job. And it goes both ways. The left does this, the right does it to the left. The right gets mad at Bill Maher, the left gets mad at Rush. It's all the same thing.
But there's more outrage against the right.
Of course.
People demonize the Tea Party movement.
Absolutely.
But Occupy Wall Street, not so much.
They've been doing it longer. The real outrage.
Left has been doing it longer.
The left has been doing it longer and is therefore better at it. The funny thing about the media is the media should have should have championed the Tea Party. These were people that had never left their living rooms to protest. These are bona fide.
That's the real deal.
Yeah, this is the real deal. Yeah, they don't throw chairs through windows because they own the windows. These are really good people who've never done anything. However, the media chooses to embrace seasoned professional activists, people who are activists for a living. That's what disgusted me. Occupy Wall Street, these are the same people you see every day. There was nobody new out there.
And one more example that throws me, there was all this liberal outrage that Gitmo existed.
Yeah.
And then President Obama was elected. And did Gitmo disappear?
Yeah. I put this under my theory called OUO. Okay under Obama. And there's a lot of things that fall under that. Gitmo, selectively targeting American citizens for assassination. Could you imagine if Bush did it? I'm actually, I think Obama's done a really good job going after terrorists, but I know that the left wouldn't feel that way if Bush was doing it. It's okay under Obama.
Thank you, Greg Gutfeld.
My pleasure.
Congratulations on the high ratings for the 5.
And you're going to be on Red Eye very soon. I'm holding you to that.
3 in the morning.
We tape early.
The media do often get it wrong, but when we return, I want to talk about what we get right. And there is some good news.